There's one final question that I had, and I think it's a great place to wrap on the marriage relationships. I do want to ask, because having the Charisma on Command channel, you're an incredibly persuasive storyteller. Like you said, you seem to know the type of story for the particular situation to move a person. Is that something that you just unconsciously absorbed from your environment, or did you put any sort of conscious effort towards that suite of skills?
That's a great question, and I've never been asked it. So I think I was always very sensitive. I was always very sensitive, and and it was a terrible burden when I was young because I was a dork. You know, I was like a geeky little kid with serial killer glasses, and I was real chubby, and I wasn't that great in school, and I wasn't good at any sports, and but I was real sensitive and real intuitive. And my sister, who's six.
Sorry, that is social sexual. If you're a 713 and you're describing yourself this way, that's it. There it is. And this,
like throwing in the serial killer thing, it's just like, this is just entertaining. Let's just.
And the sensitive thing is like, everyone's self-pres. No one cares about this social stuff that I care about. And so everything hurts and everything's a rejection.
Yeah, you know, and it's not having a self-pres wall is part of that sensitivity. Yeah.
And this 396 probably here is asking that question of competency about his personality. Like, your personality is effective in this way. Can you explain the methods that you used to be charismatic?
It's like, how do you have flavor?
Yeah. How do you do sexual and 7? Because I don't have it. Is what this guy's asking. Yeah.
His answer is great because it's not. He gives a sexual answer, and just watch.
Okay. 6 years older than me. I didn't have a lot of friends, so I didn't have a lot of people to hang out with. So I would hang out with my sister and her friends, and I would just sort of sit there and kind of observe. And as a result of that, I ended up hanging out with women, lots and lots of women. My sister and all of her friends, and women. At least at that time, I think the world has changed, thankfully. But back then, like, men, you could either be Richard Simmons or Clint Eastwood. Those were like your two choices. Like, there's nothing in between.
Yeah.
And so I just remember, like, I didn't really know how men were supposed to behave. I hung around with my sister and her friends, and they just talked. Women talked all the time. Social. And men didn't. Like, men didn't talk much. Like, they would, like, oh, what do you want to eat? Or what sport are you into? But they didn't talk about their feelings. They didn't. And I didn't realize that, because whoever discovered water wasn't a fish. Like, this was just what I was in. Yeah. And when I got to college, I was broke. I didn't come from money. And so when I would ask a girl out, I would say, like, oh, do you want to go to the diner? And we could just, like, sit and talk. And women loved that. Like, you just want to sit and talk?
Social.
Like, I just want to talk. Yeah. Like, I don't know. We just talk about this.
Great.
I don't know, our feelings, issues, politics, life, like whatever, stories. And I just learned that this was the way to, to connect with women.